check. Carried away, not in place, out in space. Get out of my way, stay out of my way. My road's unpaved, my road's unpaved. Oh, none of that same mundane terrain. None of that same mundane terrain. The fast lane gets blurry, interestingly disturbing. The demons, they're lurking, I'm particularly worthy. So they always show up early when that road gets curvy. They hurt me, but I'm burly, so I surely keep on working. What's down below? 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 It's rainbows, it's cloud nine cause I say so. No good book, no halos, jungle gyms and no Play-Doh. Brass ones they hang low, I might be insane though. Everybody's shady and we've all got an angle. Yeah. Everybody's shady and we've all got an angle. Yeah. Same mundane terrain. None of that 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 same mundane terrain. I'm as lost as a child, having no one to take me to the only place I need to go. And it's California, and I'm almost home, but I can't seem to find my way to Monterey.
Welcome, faithful followers of the green and white, to today's women's soccer match at Vikings Field. Today's interconference matchup pits the visiting Roadrunners of Butte College from the Golden Valley Conference against your DVC Vikings. The Vikings are 3-2-1 on the season following a gritty stalemate against Cañada College here on Tuesday afternoon. Meanwhile, the Roadrunners earned their second victory of the season up in Kentfield and now sit at a season record of 2-5-1. Without any further ado, here are today's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Roadrunners, coached by Claire Abley and assisted by Brian Ewell. Today's captains, a sophomore midfielder out of Pleasant Valley, number 10, Mackenzie Leeds. And a sophomore defender out of Pleasant Valley, number 21, Akairi Thomas. The rest of the Butte starters, a sophomore goalkeeper out of Corning Union, number 00, Deanna Marshbanks. A freshman forward out of Paradise, number 2, Essence Flores. A freshman forward and defender out of Pleasant Valley, number 4, Scarlett Christie. A freshman midfielder out of Chico, number 6, Ayla Mann. A freshman forward out of Shasta via Shasta College, number 7, Kennedy Greenfield. A freshman defender out of Enterprise, number 9, Ashley Wellman. A freshman midfielder out of University Prep Reading, number 13, Cassidy Conway. A freshman midfielder out of Corning Union, number 15, Genevieve Rosas. And a freshman defender out of University Prep Reading, number 16, Reagan Salado. And now, for your DVC Vikings, coached by Colleen Mullins, assisted by Sam Lubasic, Tino Takuma, Marjan Hayderi, and Alicia Palma. First, the captain, the sophomore midfielder out of Clayton Valley Charter, number 10, Casey Trujillo. The rest of your starters for the green and white. A sophomore goalkeeper out of John Sweat, number 25, Denise Correa. A sophomore forward and defender out of Dianza, number 3, Cristabel Rodas. A freshman forward and midfielder out of EI in Hakodate, Japan, number 4, Miki Miyazaki. A sophomore forward out of Concord, number 7, Sofia Lopez Real. A sophomore forward out of Northgate, number 9, Suhani Singh. A sophomore midfielder out of San Ramon Valley, number 13, Sierra Rosemont. A freshman defender out of St. Patrick's St. Vincent, number 16, Callista Rubel. A sophomore forward and midfielder out of Mount Diablo, number 17, Carol Esquivias. A sophomore midfield and forward out of St. Patrick's St. Vincent, number 23, Ella Di Choco. And a freshman midfielder out of Doherty Valley, number 24, Maila Hicks. Today's officials are Stefan Brunschweiler in the center, assisted by Dave Killinen on the player bench sideline, and Miles Hecht on the spectator stand sideline. We ask that you please remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Through the left side, base hit! Downing is in to score! And DVC walk it off!
That's high step. He looks down the middle of the field. He's going to throw the goal route. Has a man in the field. Intercepted! Intercepted, taking it down the far sideline. He steps out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. And that's how you cap the game up.
Sierra Smith quickly worked around, feeding the hot hand. Jasmine got it! 3 threes for number 23.
Who finds Edwards? Edwards needs to get the shot up. Pulls up a deep 3. Able to knock it down!
To counterattack, here comes Carla Ramos forward looking for Noelle Lemus. She's gotten by the last defender. Valentin comes down. Noelle drills the keeper. Lemus! And that is a DVC victory. And the Vikings are champions of California! And welcome, faithful followers of the green and white, to coverage of women's soccer on DVC Vikings Live. I'm your host and commentator, Joe Hickey, ready to bring you today's early kickoff between the Roadrunners of Butte College, coming down from Oroville, and the Golden Valley Conference, and of course your DVC Vikings. Both sides coming in feeling pretty good about themselves following their matches on Tuesday In the case of DVC here at home, in the case of the Butte Roadrunners out on the road at Kent Field at the College of Marin. For DVC, the team was almost back to full strength and gave Cañada quite the run for its money, forcing them into desperate shots from distance through most of the match. Just 4 of the Colts' 18 shots were on frame. Hannah Walden on emergency keeper duty stopped 3 of those, and along with Suhani Singh's goal right before the break, led to the Vikings picking up a valuable point and a valuable draw there to break a mini skid. For the Roadrunners, 5 goals and 1 win on the season coming into the week. Well, they got that both in the course of their game on Tuesday. Cassidy Conway's hat trick, the big thing that they built off of. And here's how they'll line up as the teams are already just about set to go here on DVC Vikings Live. So we'll give you a sense of that. Well, the referee's not out there yet, so we can give you a little bit. For the Vikings, 2 main absences, Lily Underwood and Mila Ninkovic. Otherwise, it's about as close to full strength as we've been in quite some time. Butte running out exactly the lineup I predicted based on their most common starters. We are underway here at DVC Vikings Field. The clock, the scoreboard, all underway. And glad to have you here. An early kickoff, 1 p.m. on a Friday afternoon. This to make sure that there's room for changeovers of personnel and equipment for DVC Vikings football later on today. They'll be playing at 5:30 p.m. at the stadium against the Eagles of Feather River. Vikings taking on a slightly smaller, perhaps slightly fleeter bird, the Roadrunners of Butte. As we told you, coming in at 2-5-1 on the season. Ball reflected here by Maila Hicks as the Vikings are attacking from right to left in the home green strip. And I am mystified as to why the clock seemed to be running the whole time, so we're going to go ahead and see if we can fix that up real quick, because that is not the correct time. That's a weird little quirk. Let's see. Can we straighten that out? Yeah, that's about right. Good enough for now. It's going to be about 13 seconds behind here, but beats the heck out of 20 minutes ahead. I don't know what happened there. At any rate, Vikings attacking right to left. Sorry about the technical quirk there. Butte putting the ball in, and it's to the feet of one of the novelties in today's lineup, Sofia Lopez-Real, starting again at right back into the lineup in place of the injured Mila Ninkovic. The other big change is Rubel is healthy, but does not join her previous partner, Lily Underwood. Instead, it is Maila Hicks remaining a center defensive mid, with Underwood dealing with a knee injury. Vikings' first concerted move up the field is reflected, and now it's going to be Denise Correa. That's your other big change. Coming back, she unloads one towards the left flank. Vikings fans from last season will be comfortable as that one's played out by the number 6 here in the white jerseys, Ayla Mann. But Correa last year, a defensive midfielder, rather attacking midfielder, hit a ball not quite that long, but from about 35 yards for a goal on the final day of the season. A banger to top all bangers that year. As Trujillo and Esquivias look to combine on the left side, nothing doing. Ball cleared away by Ashley Wellman, popping up here. Miki Miyazaki doing battle with the captain, Mackenzie Leeds. First foul of today's encounter, and it is whistled in favor of the green and white. So for the Vikings, it is Rodas and Lopez-Real on the left and right of the defense, bracketing Hicks and Rubel. Rosemont, the back of the midfield. Miyazaki and Esquivias on the right and left. Trujillo and Singh in front of the playmaker, who is the newly returned number 23, Ella DeChoco. Eligibility issues cleared up. She is into the lineup today for the second time, and her second start of the season. Started every game of 2023. Esquivias with the ball on her foot for a moment. Now has it worked off. Out. It'll stay here with the Vikings. Wellman and Scarlett Christie, the two forward players for Butte. At the moment, it is just the number 9, Ashley Wellman. We'll give you a bit better of a sense of their formation when the Vikings don't have it so compacted. Casey Trujillo trying to work on the other captain, Akari Thomas. Ball played in, cleared, and Akari cannot keep it in play. It'll be the day's first corner kick. This one coming from the left side here in minute number 4. Vikings put Rosemont and Hicks inside the 6-yard box. Otherwise, it is a pack of 4 Vikings splaying out from just in front of the half moon. Here comes the ball in. That ball falling towards the penalty dot. Headed away by a Butte defender. Out to chase it is Suhani Singh. Decent looking ball played in by Esquivias. Beat that first line of defense. gave the Roadrunners something to do. Here's Singh, cross in, and fired and saved spectacularly by Deanna Marshbanks. First shot on goal of the day. And that looked for all the world as Singh brought that ball in like that was destined for the twine, but no such luck. Ball back with Carol Esquivias, who tries to step around Ayla Mann, absorbs contact, and that'll be a free kick. Second foul whistled on the Roadrunners here. Your refereeing crew, consisting of Stefan Brunschweiler, the center in the orange over black and black strip. Miles Hecht is at the far sideline, currently figuring out whether the Vikings are offside. Dave Killinan at the near sideline figuring out whether the Roadrunners are. Free kick taken by Rodas, floated, rather forcefully put in, met first time by Esquivias. That one flies wide. And the comment coming from the DVC bench is, why not take a rip at goal from that one? Certainly have the ability to get a little curl on it and see if you can beat her at that near post. Nothing doing though. 2 shots so far for the Vikings, one of them on goal. Fantastic diving save to her left by Deanna Marshbanks. Mackenzie Leeds, the number 10, joining Wellman and Christie up front. Vikings take over the ball for a moment in the midfield. Bit loose and nearly picked by Wellman. Now it's Rosemont looking to spring Esquivias up the left side. Here comes Carol. Carol comes to a stop. Defenders arrive. It's the 15, Rosas, who will take it away. Esquivias continuing to battle. She'll earn DVC a throw-in. Butte, a team that brings back 4 sophomores amongst their ranks. We've mentioned 3 of them, the captains Leeds and Thomas, as well as the goalkeeper Marshbanks. The other one starts the day on the bench, Jaden Dutro. One of 6 outfield players and a goalkeeper available to coach Claire Abley of this team as the ball goes out just in front of our broadcast position. Looped forward by Rosas on the throw-in. Leeds doing battle with Rubel. Maila Hicks on the cover, and she'll play that out for a Butte throw. Right side of the defense for Butte appears to be Ayla Mann and Akari Thomas. Reagan Salado, the other center back, and it would seem Kennedy Greenfield all the way at the left as a left back. Ball played in, headed over the back line by the number 9, Ashley Wellman. That roll call we've done so far would leave Essence Flores, Cassidy Conway, and Genevieve Rosas as the remainder of the Butte midfield. Loose ball from the DVC defense and a shot taken from distance wide left. First one was debatable whether you would consider it a shot or not. I did not. This one for sure. First attempt by Butte in the direction of the Viking goal. Marshbanks last year a 1.26 goals against average has already shown us how she keeps those numbers down. Another loose ball here taken away and a great ping over toward Rosas, and here's an opportunity for Butte, and they have struck first blood here in minute number 8. And I believe that is Mackenzie Leeds with the finish against Genevieve Rosas, the number 10 from the 15. And Butte have the early advantage here in Pleasant Hill. Butte goal in minute number 8 off the boot of number 10, Mackenzie Leeds. Assist from 15, Genevieve Rosas. Butte 1, DVC 0. For Mackenzie Leeds, her 3rd goal of the season, also has 3 assists. And continues a fantastic week for her. She had a goal and a helper in the match in Kentfield on Tuesday as Butte were victorious by a 5-1 scoreline behind a Conway hat trick and a pair of single goals. One from Leeds, and the other I cannot find right now on my stat sheet. At any rate, DVC lots of time to react to this one. They were the one that had the opening shot across the bow against Cañada. It took them a lot longer, all the way to the 44th minute on Tuesday, to get the 0-0 deadlock broken. They'll look for a response quickly as Trujillo with a nice ball through the center, but Kyrie Thomas attentive to it. Singh was ready to get off to a run. Denied the opportunity there. Long ball over the top, way too long for everyone. A look there at the opening tally of the encounter. Mackenzie leads in minute number 8. No changes just yet to the lineup in response. There's another loose ball here. Look out. Rubel shows a ton of it to the forward. Lucky to get that off of her foot. Finds Miyazaki, who's now up the right side to Lopez Real. The two of them combined very nicely for one of the goals against Dianza way back on opening day. Haven't gotten to play together as much on that right side due to injury and due to Ninkovic really staking herself to that right back role. Today, Mila unavailable. Vikings with the ball again. It is the Hakodate Japan native. Up ahead, Carroll, fed by DeChoco, tries to cut her run in centrally, and now looks to push this through two defenders toward Trujillo. Cleaned up at the back by, the 13 Conway. Playing a very deep-lying midfield position. You imagine that's probably not where they had her stationed on Tuesday when she scored a hat trick, but who knows? Might have done some wild stuff. Rosas up ahead now, looking for Wellman. Rubel does well to guard it. Another bit of pressure, though, and Correa will get it off her foot quickly. Big hop in the midfield. Miyazaki comes down with it. Mickey sprays it to the right side. Let's see if Lopez Real can get there before it's over the sideline. She does. Up ahead now, looking for Singh, trying to run against Thomas. Thomas is going to beat her to it. Crossing over from the left center back position. She may well have license to roam back there. Sophomore defender out of Pleasant Valley, started 17 games last season and has started all 7 so far in 2024. Ball to the feet of Singh. One touch into the wing for Miyazaki, nothing doing. Cleared away by Butte, headed forward. It's Wellman with Rosemont trying to close her down, and she does. Hicks will spray it out wide to the right side for Lopez Real. Back to Maila. Rubel. One of the things the Vikings have been missing with Callista Rubel unavailable on the concussion protocol the last couple of weeks has been the precision on those deep balls from the back. Haven't seen her get off to one yet, but even that ball to Rodas, very confident. Here's Trujillo working against Thomas. Esquivias comes in to help, tries to bring that one centrally. Two players end up on the deck. No foul whistled by Mr. Brunschweiler. Here's a ball over the top now, looking for the 4, Scarlett Christie. Lopez Real to clear. Out over at the far sideline, it'll be the opposing number 7, Kennedy Greenfield, to put this one in. Third to last game of DVC's non-conference slate here today in Pleasant Hill, and the last one they'll have on the home grass. They're on the road facing off with another group of Vikings. These ones in blue from West Valley will be down in Saratoga on Tuesday. And then coming to you live from Las Positas College in Livermore a week from today. Both of those games on or with 4 o'clock kickoffs. Errant ball is going to give DVC a throw. Rodas to the body of Trujillo. Back to Cristobal. Uses the third dimension to try to loop it over the top for the run of Casey. Cleared away by Conway. Brought centrally. Singh. Good layoff. DeChoco trying to spring the run of Miyazaki, who trips at the edge of the 18. And that'll filter all the way to Marshbanks. 2-1 the shot count. Vikings on top on that one. Both teams with a shot on goal. The Butte one ended up on the twine. The Vikings one looked destined for it about 3 minutes earlier, but was saved by Deanna Marshbanks. 2 fouls whistled so far, both against Butte. Vikings have the only corner. course, the numbers that matter in the impact font here on DVC Vikings Live, and in lights up on the scoreboard, Butte 1, DVC 0. Esquivius looking to do something about that tally as she pushes one to the left side. Cleared away as Reagan Salado crosses over. Indeed, the way that she and Thomas go back and forth, you'd almost think diamond defense, with the two of them having license to go sideline to sideline from central positions. DeChoco. Rodas finds Esquivius with a little space. Looks to take a defender on the dribble, now drops it back for DeChoco. Hits the dummy and leaves it for Trujillo, and her shot will carry wide. Third Viking shot. Second one off the desired target as we reach just about the half-hour mark here in today's first half. As a reminder, if you happen to see the scoreboard shown here at DVC Vikings Field at the same time as the one on the broadcast, ours about 12 seconds behind, a little bit of a technical glitch when the game got underway, but no problem. Quarter of an hour roughly gone here. Marshbanks. Thomas now. Vikings conserving energy, a little warmer today than it was during Tuesday's game. 71 degrees on Tuesday, 77 at kickoff here this afternoon. Expecting much warmer temperatures throughout the Bay Area later on, as that one is blocked out, and we're just thankful it didn't strike our camera. Camera wasn't the thing in the firing line on Tuesday. It was Kenyatta goalkeeper Gianna Nabung who was targeting our Verizon hotspot. Hit the table that it was on once during warm-ups. Later on during warm-ups, split the two tables, the one that it sits on and the one that I sit at. So another ball's over the top here, looking for the run of Christie. Good work to track back by Sophia. Christie will hold it in play, centers it, and Hicks will clear with a little more authority. Stays here on this side, though. Greenfield. Christie over the top and diagonal now, looking for a runner in behind the back line of the Vikings. No dice. Denise Correa to it. Ball claimed by the Vikings back line. Rubel, Correa. Centrally, DeChoco doing battle with Essence Flores up in the midfield. Filters through to Conway. Ayla Man, over the right side of Rosas. Locked in battle with Rodas. Say that 5 times fast. Cleared out in front of the Butte College bench, where Claire Abley and her staff roam. Abley, a 24-year-old second-year head coach here in Oroville for the Butte Roadrunners, originally from Skokie, Illinois, but today feels like she's coming home. A graduate of Granada High School in Livermore, played goalkeeper at Chico State. As that ball's reflected, opportunity knocking here for the number 9 Wellman. Played out, and it will be the first corner kick to go the way of the Roadrunners, evening up that count 1-1. Coach Abley in her first season led Butte to their 3rd consecutive second-place finish in the Golden Valley at 8-2, 11-8 overall, after she took over for the original head coach of the program, Shelby Zuppen. Was her goalkeeper's coach before that, now in charge of the whole show. Scarlett Christie bringing this ball in, and it's going to rattle off the back of Denise Correa's cage. No harm, no foul there, and looks like from Mr. Brunschweiler, the ball had not come to a sufficient stop before Correa played it. So they'll retake the free kick, and the Vikings will look to build from the back. Miyazaki up the right side. Sofia Lopez-Real looks to beat a defender to it and does. Toe pokes that in the direction of Trujillo, and look out. Singh getting off to a run. Trujillo up the right side. Greenfield looking to close. Correction, Salado. Ball knocked back to Miyazaki. Her first touch a bit too heavy, and that'll let Salado get in and clear. Rosemont trying to roll this to the right side for Lopez Real, a little too hot, and out for a Butte throw. As almost always here on DVC Vikings Live, privy to a little bit of bench talk here, so if you want to learn something about soccer strategy, just listen real close. Ball out for another throw in, a modest gathering of supporters at the far sideline today. Weird kickoff time at 1 o'clock. We hope that means more of you watching along here on DVC Vikings Live. Perhaps an issue with that game ball, so we'll go ahead and knock that one across the field. Eagerly awaiting substitute Abigail O'Donoghue, making sure we've got one to work with over there. Butte with a pattern of chevrons in black on the shoulders and up the sides of their white jerseys. Ball up ahead, and it's a battle won there by Maila Hicks. Or correction, I think perhaps Sierra Rosemont, the one. Nope, third time's the charm. Callista Rubel. I should know that level of rampage. Specific to K. Back on the field for the Vikings for the first time since that victory over Chabot. Her absence has coincided with a 3-match winless streak after the Vikings won their first 3 of the season. I'm not putting the blame entirely on Callista. It's also been much tougher adversaries the last 2 weeks here. Esquivias earning a free kick for the Vikings, a foul in the middle. Mr. Brunschweiler briefly played advantage. Vikings take the free kick quickly. Rodas, Cristobal, through the arrival of a defender to Carol. Singh playing the nice 1-2 with Esquivias. Esquivias, left edge of the box. Her cross banks off of one defender. Cleared by the other. The one was Conway. The one who cleared it was Salado. O'Donoghue ready over here. Not ready yet to enter the fray as the Vikings have earned the throw in. Taken to the chest of Suhani Singh. Ball cleared up toward the midfield. Up comes Rubel, and she'll claim it. Looks to push that one to happy feet. Now gets around one defender and will lose the ball. That'll allow time for the substitution. Into the game for the Roadrunners, number 18, Abigail O'Donoghue. She takes off Ashley Wellman. First substitution of today's game coming here 22 minutes in. Throw into the body of the 2, Essence Flores, taken away by Esquivias. Taps that through one defender, banks it off of a Kyrie Thomas, and a throw in going the way of the Vikes. Oh, apparently the judgment of Mr. Brunschweiler is that hit Carol on the way out. One touch on the throw in, Callista Rubel, strong like bull. Loses that ball there, though, as Hicks and Rubel a little too close, and they give it away to Rosas. Centrally for the newly inserted O'Donoghue. Tries to put in a diagonal ball for the run from the left side. Cut off by Lopez Real. Rodas. Coming up the left side, DVC look to build through the wings. Over the top, Suhani Singh on the run against Thomas. A little bit of contact here and there, no foul given either way. Might have had an argument for Suhani herself putting an arm on the back of the Butte captain, but nothing given. Substitution, and nice to find out, Ninkovic is in fact available. Into the game for the Vikings, 8, Mila Ninkovic. Didn't have the time between department meetings and all the other responsibilities here to find out that she was not in fact injured to the point of non-participation, just not starting today. So Ninkovic into the game, tries for a cross on her first touch. That'll carry over the back line for a Butte goal kick. Butte 2-5-1 so far on the season. Their lone wins coming courtesy of Sacramento City and the College of Marin. 2-0 win over the Capital Club back on September 3rd. Goals from Conway and Greenfield. We already told you about the Conway hat trick in Kentfield the other day. Besides those goals, this club has scored once in a draw with American River College and twice in a loss to San Joaquin Delta. That one of great interest to the green and white. ARC to some extent as well. That'll be DVC's first opponent in Big 8 play, as the throw-in is taken at the far sideline by Lopez Real. A little too heavy on the first touch is Miyazaki. Ball forward and banked out off of a Butte player. Throw-in to come for the green and white. But Delta, if results are believed, don't quite look themselves so far this season. We'll find out soon enough whether that is the case when they take on Big 8 level clubs. Started the season with 2 losses and drew with El Camino earlier this week. Otherwise 4 wins, but even the one against Butte, not the most convincing one they've had. They trailed 2-1 in that game at about the half-hour mark. They've shown themselves to be a team that can absolutely concede for once. Rodas with the ball. Loses out for a moment to Rosas, but follows it the other way. Now tries to beat one defender. Now Rosas is back on it. And Rodas commits the first DVC foul. 3-1 that count in quote-unquote favor of the Roadrunners. And it will be the fouled individual, Genevieve Rosas, to hit this one away in just a moment. Ball over the top, claimed here by the DVC back line. Rodas will keep it in play. Drops back for Rosemont, up ahead. Outside of the boot, flick by Ninkovic, but cannot find Singh with it. And the ARC draw that Butte had, for that matter, also an interesting one. That match was 0-0 until the 85th minute, and then Butte scored a goal, and then ARC equalized in the span of about 3 minutes. That ball out for a Viking throw here at the near sideline in front of the Butte bench. Ninkovic receives, gets it down, but then can't control it. Ball ahead for Leeds. Touched into the center by O'Donoghue, and now Miyazaki will clear into the midfield. Knocked down there by the 13 Conway. Out wide left, Greenfield steps around a defender. Miyazaki cleans it up. Here goes Lopez Real, getting off into Turbo. Sofia reaches the midfield stripe. Forward now looking for Trujillo, but put it too central for the looping exterior run of DVC's number 10. Lopez Real, somebody that Coach Mullins lauded for managing to get herself fit. She missed a good chunk of the spring due to oral surgery. Missed a chunk of the summer due to a planned trip with family. And just to keep yourself ready to go when fall came around, as Ninkovic forces the issue and earns DVC a throw. Impressive stuff, and she's been very useful up the left side. Was on the scoring end of one of the prettiest goals of this season during the home opener against Woodland. Miyazaki, 2 quick touches to spray it out to the recently discussed Lopez Real. Up ahead now into the wing for Trujillo. Trujillo looking for a good cross towards Singh. Popped up. Ninkovic in pursuit now. Critical defensive deflection to keep DVC from getting it clean. Here's a ball for Ninkovic up the left side, cleared away from her feet. And an offside flag as the flag up from Miles Hecht on the far sideline. Looking for the quick 1-2 to spring Ninkovic up the left side, but she drifted a little far. Attentive nonetheless, the number 6, Ayla Mann, Butte's right back. Sofia out there on the right side, also somebody with some coaching experience. DVC with between her and Trujillo on the right side. A big coaching connection over there. Lopez Real doing it as she is still somewhat standard college age. Of course, Trujillo, you've heard her story, but back with DVC after a freshman year, rather an attempted sophomore year in 2019, ended with an ACL tear after game number 1. Trujillo now back. That's a foul as Miyazaki tried to get off to a run after taking a ball away. 4th one whistled on the Roadrunners, and a chance for Sierra Rosemont to put a little something in. That's soccer IQ coming from the sophomores, and particularly from the 2 coaches, Lopez Real and Trujillo. Very exciting stuff. Here's the ball for Rubel. Doesn't quite make good contact with that. Trujillo coming up to claim it. She'll take rip from distance. That is going to be claimed by Marchbanks. 4th Viking shot, 2nd one on goal here as we approach the half-hour mark. Trujillo has beaten a handful of folks from distance like that, including one in the home opener 17 days back. Another foul whistled at the midfield stripe on Butte. This time, Rubel will look for a better connection. Looped over the top, just too high for Trujillo to flick it on. Clearance only as far as Miyazaki. Miki tries to stay on it. Loses out. Cleared only as far as Tichoko. She takes rip from there. And that'll roll to Marchbanks. half an hour gone in our encounter, and then some. Ball out for a Viking throw. Pair of substitutes wait for Butte. One of them will be the return of Ashley Wellman. The other one appears to be the first entry of Alexia Sanchez. Ball into the center, claimed by Miyazaki, rolls that away from her opposing 4, Christie. Lopez Real again up the right side. Drop back here to Hicks. Vikings hit on the counter today. They've put 2 shots on frame, 4 total in the direction of Marchbanks' goal, but have yet to beat her. Butte just the 1 shot, but it was on target and into the twine. And that's the difference so far in our encounter. As the ball's cleared away here by the DVC defense. Only as far as one defender. That's a shot from distance wide of Correa's goal. I think they heard me talking about the sole shot directed on in the direction of goal, and decided to get themselves a new one. Looks like Rosas is going to leave the field, as will the number 4 Scarlett Christie. They'll be replaced by Wellman and the new entrant into the game for the Roadrunners, number 3, Alexia Sanchez. Got a few questions about it the other day. The convention I'm going with is that I'll announce you the first time you come on the field, but community college soccer is such substitution anarchy that announcing every single person every single time, it gets redundant after a while. Sanchez on it, tries to spin that into the path of her fellow substitute O'Donoghue. Cleared away by DVC, out for a throw here in the 3-quarter zone. Taken to Leeds. Ninkovic on it, pushes that forward. Now onto it is man, and now Ninkovic the sliding challenge, and that's going to work to Trujillo, who takes a wrap on the ankle from her opposing captain. 6th Butte foul against just 1 for the Vikings. DVC are going to have a free kick from the midfield stripe. We'll see if this is one for Callista. Looks like it. Rubel, a freshman already ready to lead, has been steady at the back, getting involved in set pieces with that heavy boot, and has already seen that used to create 1 assist this season. That the opener in the Vikings' 3-0 win at Chabot, a few minutes into second half play. DVC in search of parity right now as Sofia Lopez Real touches that one out for another Butte throw. Cassidy Conway takes the throw in, knocks it straight back to the one who threw it to her, Greenfield. Ball forward, knocked down by Rubel, looks like a handball. And a free kick here to come for Butte from the front of the center circle. Vikings with everyone behind the ball right now. Trujillo fronting it as the one-woman wall. Here's a ball in, nearly touched on frame by the 13, Cassidy Conway. We'll put that down as shot number 3, but not on frame. 2 saves so far for Marshbanks. Correa yet to have her palm stung. Long ball driven by Rubel, yep, that's Rubel from the back line. Knocked down with the chest of Conway. Butte able to hold on to it. Now knocked back to Leeds. Leeds trying to work her way around DVC's 13, Sierra Rosemont. Battle of threes at the sideline now between Rodas and Sanchez. Ninkovic comes away with it and earns a throw-in off Mackenzie Leeds. By the by, we were remiss yesterday, or I should say not yesterday, Tuesday, last broadcast, to have forgotten to wish a happy birthday to the Vikings defensive midfielder, Sierra Rosemont, who celebrated 19 years on Sunday. So a happy birthday to her. She followed right alongside my 43rd, which was on Saturday, which gave me a moment to realize as that one's headed out in our direction. Thank you, Coach Oscar. That ball out, last touched by Green. Throw in going Butte's way here as we enter the final 10 minutes of first half action. Taken toward Leeds, cleared away by Rosemont. That is going out over the back line. It'll be, apparently took a deflection from a Butte player. So not a corner, that is instead a goal kick, and DVC will look to regroup. If you're just joining us, Vikings trail 1-0 on a goal by Mackenzie Leeds, her 3rd of the season, after a freshman campaign in which she was the leading returning assist woman. Ball bouncing about. It is on the foot of Leeds again. Forward looking for the 13, Conway. Sliding challenge by Rubel. That is out for the second Roadrunner corner. With the substitutions that have been made, we're starting to see Conway in that sort of advanced position that may have led to those 3 goals on Tuesday against Marin. This one along the ground from Leeds, knocked down by Sanchez, looking for somebody to lay it off to, unable to find it. It's going to come to Suhani Singh, who looks to get up ahead of steam. Looking for some help. Run comes from DeChoco on the right side, calling where she wants it. Forward here, tries to beat the defender to it. A collision, no foul either way, as Greenfield walled her off, and DeChoco will see that opportunity go wanting, claimed by Marshbanks at the back. Vikings getting ready to make their second substitution of the day as Marina Ognian rocks out the pink penny just underneath our camera. Rubel. Centrally for Hicks. Rosemont. Back to Rubel. Long ball driven towards the right wing. Reflected there by Kennedy Greenfield. Claimed by Miyazaki. Back to Rosemont. Good talk there from the Vikings as she knows about the arrival of Sanchez and is able to avoid it. Forward now by Rodas for Ninkovic. Ninkovic loses her footing. Trying for the spectacular, pounds the ground in a little bit of frustration. Ball claimed here by Callista Rubel, who stands up O'Donohue. Skips around Thomas. Leaves that for DeChoco. Over the shoulder now of Trujillo. Casey entering the 18 from the left, but the flag is up. Miles Hecht brings that to a close. Exciting looking opportunity and good vision there from DeChoco. Just a little early on departure. It'll be Reagan Salado, it appears, to crank this one deep after the infraction. Notice a familiar face. Former DVC Sports Information Director David Silverstein here joining us today. It's been a while. It's a ball over the top of the right side in search of O'Donohue, well managed and coolly so by Callista Rubel. Rosemont forward for DeChoco. Vikings looking to spring. Here's a ball forward, this time for Trujillo. Flag stays down. Casey able to keep that one in play. Now looks to take on Thomas. Nope, she'll drop it back for Ninkovic. And the flag now is up. And, boy, took their time. I don't know if that was for the original infraction or what, because it was up before Ninkovic played it for Trujillo again. But I would imagine if that was for the original infraction, he ought to be a good 10 yards further back right now. We have a referee assessor right here beside us, so I'll ask the question at halftime. Okay. At any rate, ball back in play. Butte trying to work through the midfield. Crowd over at the far sideline at the moment. Coming out of it is Essence Flores with the ball. Here's a ball up the gut. Correa quick to it. She'll play that with the feet, forgetting for just a moment that she is now a goalkeeper and allowed to use her hands. An attacking midfielder, but she does manage to get through that with no blushes. Ball forward in the direction of Trujillo. Thomas clears it away from in front of the Vikings captain. Ninkovic squares that now for Hicks. Maila forward for Rosemont. Sierra sprays that to the left side, takes a deflection off the head of the 6th man. And a throw in to come here for the green and white as Trujillo lets that go out over by the spectator, or rather the training table. Substitution time, Miyazaki out, into the game. Oh, my PA microphone has either died. Okay, let's see. Is that a battery issue? We'll find out in a second. Oh, it was showing full battery before. That's unsettling. Well, another problem to solve at halftime. Into the game for the Vikings, 18, Marina Ognian. Here's a ball forward looking for Suhani Singh. Brings it down, plays it off the back of Greenfield, now back in pursuit. Collides with the one who clears it, Ashley Wellman. Throw in to come, and another couple of substitutions. Into the game for the Vikings, number 6, Diana Ruiz. Christie returns as well, and in for her first action. In for Butte, number 5, Yaritza Rodriguez. It'll be O'Donohue and Flores coming out for the Roadrunners. For the Vikings, Ella DeChoco takes the penny from Ruiz. So Ruiz and Ognian in short order. As we approach the final few trips round the clock of our first half. Callista Rubel in pursuit. Wow, what a little bit of work there. Hope you got a good aerial view of her stepping through 2 adversaries. Unfortunately, now the ball intercepted in midfield. Ruiz looks to take it back. Her pressure will liberate it for Lopez Real. Ognian in a like-for-like swap is now in the right midfield spot, vacated by Miyazaki. Ninkovic has come forward, it would appear. She's been playing left midfield pretty much this entire time. And Ruiz steps into the attacking mid spot that DeChoco started out in. This ball cleared from in front of Ruiz. Coming to it is Rosemont. She defends it nicely. Sprays it to the left side here for Rodas. Christabel tries to put that through a jumping Kyrie Thomas. Ball cleared to the feet of Rodriguez. Squared now for the 4, Scarlett Christie. Long ball driven, and that'll be claimed easily by Denise Correa. Rolls that out immediately to her right back, Sofia Lopez Real. Soph ahead. Ognian cut off there by Greenfield and whacked to ground. Foul number 7 whistled against Butte. To just 1 against the Vikings. Butte have had some free kicks, courtesy of offsides or handballs, but just a single infraction. Long ball driven and reflected here by Butte off the free kick. Here's another ball ahead, and something that looks an awful lot like the first opportunity that Butte had, but oh, goodness gracious me. Scarlett Christie misses the target. Correa came out and made herself look as big as possible as Butte put their 4th shot in the direction of goal. They've hit the target once, DVC twice, Big difference is Marshbanks 2 saves, Butte 1 goal. As we approach the halftime break here, and get ready to feed you a little bit of local music courtesy of the Beat of Diablo, hoping to give you a little bit of sweet music here in a moment as this is over the top for Singh. Flag stays down. Suhani entering the 18, has it on her left, fires, but it's right into Deanna Marshbanks. Third Viking shot on frame, but unable to beat her at the near post. Rosemont from distance, and that will go wide left. DVC finding themselves in the same ball of frustration that Cañada did 3 days ago on this field. They lead in shots and, in this case, in shots on frame, but have not been able to break through. They led on their first shot on goal in the 44th minute on Tuesday. Today, they've given up just the one shot on frame and are a few seconds potentially from going to the halftime break down 1-0. Maela Hicks will clear that one out from the defensive zone. And that is going to do it here for first half action. So we hit the halftime break. The Roadrunners lead on a goal from Mackenzie Leeds, her third of the season. That coming back in minute number 8. Vikings lead most other statistical categories. 6-4 on shots, 3-1 on shots on goal. Deanna Marshbanks with those 3 big saves. Butte have committed 7 fouls to the Vikings 1. They have had 2 of the 3 corner kicks on the day, but we do finish at that 1-0 result. Of course, if you're looking for cheap entertainment, DVC Viking Soccer is a fantastic option on a Friday afternoon, but what are you going to do Friday night? Well, can I recommend some hot local music? If you want to know the best bands to go out and see, you want to tune in to the Beat of Diablo on KVHS, where Dave Hughes curates the best collection of local tunes that you'll find, and he'll let you know where to find those bands over the course of the weekend. You can listen on Thursday. Of course, the new episodes air on Sunday night, and we hope you'll tune in then. Here's a little taste of his show as we send you to DVC Vikings live halftime. Your score from Pleasant Hill: Butte 1, DVC 0.
This is Dave Hughes, and you're listening to select cuts from my weekly show, The Beat of Diablo, here on DVC Vikings Live Halftime. If you want to hear more local music, tune in this Sunday and every Sunday at 7 p.m. to Concord's iconic student-built 90.5 KVHS, Concord Rock City.
asleep on your pillow. Which way will the wind go? Will it blow my leaf through your sea breeze? Come take my pollen with your bees.
And welcome back from the break, folks. DVC Vikings live coverage of women's soccer. We're just about ready for half number 2. Vikings with a little bit of work to do, having come out of the blocks, falling behind on Butte's first shot on frame. It remains their only shot on frame, an 8th-minute goal by Mackenzie Leeds. Vikings have stung the palms of Deanna Marshbanks on 3 occasions. And have directed 6 balls in that general direction. Butte 4 shots, but just the 1 on frame. The other story of the first half, a lot of fouling, pretty much one-way traffic. Butte 7 fouls to DVC's 1. They've also got 2 corners to DVC's 1 as we get ready for action. We've got ourselves Sam Lubasic, assistant coach. DJ, please pick up your phone. I'm on the request line. I hope that doesn't get us a YouTube copyright strike, but we'll deal with it. Vikings come out here with Diana Ruiz and Marina Ognian still in. Otherwise, it is, and Mila Ninkovic as well. The other 8 members of the starting lineup return to the field as we prepare for action here in the second half. Mr. Brunschweiler at midfield. Clock starts on both scoreboards, the one here at Vikings Field and the one on DVC Vikings Live in the second half underway. DVC looking to come back from down 1-0. Ball immediately on the foot of Essence Flores, who left the field just before halftime for a substitute. She's back in here. Mila Ninkovic scooting along the left sideline as the Vikings move quickly from left to right across your YouTube progress bar. Ninkovic, met by Thomas, squares this in the direction of Ruiz. Little too strong for her. Greenfield comes away with it. Marina Ognian looking to close. Greenfield a little too close there, and it's claimed by Singh. Finds Trujillo, edge of the 18. Casey fires right at Marshbanks. Good quick start here for the Vikings to the half, but unable to get the requisite stank on that particular rip from 18. This is knocked down in the midfield. Singh right back to the feet of Trujillo. Ognian showing for it, but she'll elect to push this back to the defensive line. Lopez Real, Hicks, Rubel, and Rodas from left to right in your defense. Rosemont, Ninkovic, Ruiz, and Ognian, Marina type. Your midfield, Singh and Trujillo have been your strikers from minute 1 today. So far yet to see Julia Ognian, Hannah Walden, or Alina Rodriguez into today's game. Weren't expecting necessarily to see Mila, as she did not start, but she is in there and has played some big minutes. Vikings darn near full strength. The only player missing today is admittedly a big one, captain and center back Lily Underwood, but luckily the Vikings have gotten Maila Hicks very comfortable in this center back position. So with Rubel returning, Hicks can take over that role. Throw in up the side is off the head of Sierra Rosemont and claimed by the Vikings. Ognian lifts this one into the run of Trujillo. Flag stays down. Casey ripping for the near post, and again Marshbanks is secure. We mentioned before, Deanna Marshbanks, a 1.26 goals against average last season. Vikings looking to dent that. She's at 2.60 so far this year. Ball out the back line for a goal kick here for Butte. Of course, as we always do, we'll be telling you a little bit about action around the Horn. Elsewhere in DVC Vikings land today, cross country was in action this morning. Have not yet seen results post from the Big 8 preview hosted at Hidden Valley Park in Martinez, the George Brooks Memorial Invitational, closest thing that DVC cross country has to a home date. Of course, later on tonight, Feather River will be here at the DVC Vikings football stadium as DVC are under quite a bit of pressure here, and the ball's given away to the 4. Christie, stabbed away by Lopez Real. Important move there by Sophie. Drop back to Marina, trying to drag that through the arrival of the 2 Flores. Now finally coming away with it is Cristabel Rodas. Pushes that forward toward Mila. Looped forward for Suhani. Flag comes up. Suhani, pretty much the moment that that ball was lifted, turned and looked at Dave Killinan over on this side, as if to say, should I bother? Dave said, nah. We were showing you earlier there, Feather River visiting DVC football, now the 15th ranked team in the state of California, and we'll tell you a little more about them over the course of today's second half. Volleyball will be on the road at Delta. They opened Big 8 play with a straight sets loss at home against ARC. There's a shove from behind on Sierra Rosemont, and he's pointed the direction of Butte and has somehow said that that was a foul whistled against the Vikings. Wow, that's interesting. I'm surrounded by referees. I will say no more. Butte free kick looped over towards the edge of the 18, headed away authoritatively by Rubel. Popped up in the air, Trujillo trying to bring it down. Instead, we'll find the head of a Butte player. Brought down by Flores. Ruiz steps in. Lopez Real shows too much of it there to Christie. Looking for a diagonal ball, knocked down by Rubel for a moment. Now Route 1 trying to spring Wellman. Hicks has it covered. Lopez Real plays that off Christie, throw in green and white. So we started earlier to allude to it. Look at DVC football. They were the big news of last week in DVC athletics, picking up their first win of the season, and not a slouch by any stretch of the imagination, coming back from a 2-touchdown deficit to knock off the number 3 team in the state, ARC. They've dropped down a couple of notches, and DVC have entered the table now at number 15 after that first win of the Jimmy Collins era. They erased that 2-touchdown deficit courtesy of a pair of scoring grabs by David Piero, who finished with 134 yards, and the winning strike coming courtesy of Safair Stills Bay, a 60-yard pick 6 with 6 minutes to go. Ball popped around here in the midfield. It's out in front of the Butte player bench. Throw in coming up for the Vikings. So we are just a shade over 6 minutes into this second half. Ball played off of Singh, apparently last touched by 7. Kennedy Greenfield, that'll be a Viking throw again. Lopez Real looking for Singh, headed away by Salado. Comes to Ruiz. Rosemont does well to protect. Pressure from Flores, but she'll drop it back to Rubel. Rubel, front of the circle, steps around the arrival of Rosas. Tries to find Rodas. Cristabel steps around the arrival of her near doppelganger. Over the top, Trujillo, off the knee, in the direction of goal, but wide left. Marshbanks the closeout enough to prevent Casey from finishing that, but a fantastic ball in, and my apologies, I may have misidentified the player responsible for all of that. It was the 8, not the 3. That is Mila Ninkovic, who put that interesting ball in for Trujillo. Alert goaltending from Marshbanks, who so far has 5 saves. But that cutoff might have been as important as any of them. DVC very nearly took the lead in minute number 4. 4 minutes after that, they were down 1-0, and that is where we stand here in minute number 53. Told you DVC football in action tonight against Feather River. Not the same kind of California community college football royalty that we had on the docket last week, I mean to say. Mickey Miyazaki getting ready to return to action for the green and white at the next opportunity. Throw in headed on by Ninkovic. Trujillo blocked away by a defender, and now Butte come away with it. Good one-touch stuff by Wellman to give it to Flores. Trying to go Route 1 now for Greenfield. The ball is in the back of the net, but the flag is up, and actually it's not in the back of the net. Correa stopped it, but the flag from Mr. Hecht brings that to a stop first. Free kick to come here for the Vikings. In more recent DVC Vikings athletics action, water polo got their Big 8 schedule underway. Women played a pretty tight game against Modesto, though they fall to a 10-6 defeat, despite 2 goals apiece from Alenea Loera and Sophia Goodson. On the men's side, Jackson Barnacle, who has the best aquatic sports last name I think I've ever heard. 4 goals for him. Sean Canada with 3, accounting for 7 of DVC's 11. Unfortunately, the Pirates with 19 to their name, and they pick up a victory in that opener. So the men 0-1 in the conference, 4-8 so far on the season. They'll be in action next at Sierra next Wednesday, as a ball over the top is going to put Ognian into competition with Greenfield, and she manages to play that away last touch as it goes out by 18 in green. Goal kick to come. Miyazaki comes in, and she will take off Ognian in that play. Like for like swap in the right midfield position. Suhani Singh putting some pressure on here. The header to Trujillo. Then one from Ruiz, then Trujillo. Little ping pong with the heads. Well done there by Scarlett Christie to bring that down and find Kennedy Greenfield on the left side. Into the middle, and that's where Ruiz will cut off any further advancement. Back to Rosemont. Rubel looking for Ruiz, cut off by the arrival of Cassidy Conway. Up ahead to the right flank, Rodas in full flight. She will keep the 15 Rosas off of it. Coming together there, Rubel throws the elbow, and that's going to be the 3rd DVC foul. Voice of Tino Takuba, one of 4 assistants this season for the Vikings. 2 student assistants, Alicia Palma and Marjan Hayderi, along with Tino. And of course, Sam Lubasic, the lone returning coach from last season. With Tino in from Walnut Creek Surf, where he has been coaching alongside Sofia Lopez Real. This ball put in, out comes Correa, and she will claim it. No problem there. Also worth noting, a name from the DVC passed over at Walnut Creek Surf with Tino, and that's Coach Daisy Bonilla, who was with us back in 2019. That ball fired into the DVC coaching staff as we sit and talk about them. Kennedy Greenfield trying to get them some camera time, courtesy of our AI robot eye in the sky. Rubel, Miyazaki. Out to the right side for Lopez Real. Sofia scoots that around Greenfield, finds Miyazaki leaking out, tries to refeed Sofia. Instead, it's going to come to Suhani, and she'll be cut off there by the arrival of Reagan Salado. We've just about reached that point of the Community College Athletics fall calendar where you settle into a nice, happy rhythm. Ball put in towards the 18. That bounces around near Trujillo. Bounce now off of Diana Ruiz in an attempted clearance. Drop back to Maila, who's going to leave that for Sierra Rosemont, who absorbs the 8th foul. For a moment, it looked like a giveaway that might have sprung a terrifying counterattack. Instead, it's a Vikings corner free kick, rather. About 36 to 40 yards from goal. Relatively central, pushed a little bit out to the right. Sierra Rosemont near it, but it looks like it'll be Callista to take. Callista puts this one on frame, off the frame literally, hits the crossbar. Popping around, headed forward, Suhani not able to get latched on. Claimed at the left side of the box, and now it's Butte coming away with it. 10th Viking shot. They've had 5 on goal that have been saved. That one literally on frame. The funny thing is, it's stats-wise, it actually goes down as a shot off target. Men in Blazers suggested snog as the more interesting statistic. Shots nearly on goal. Those are the ones that frequently cause you to inhale sharply, much more so than many shots on goal do. That would certainly have been a snog. Ninkovic to ground, battling for this ball at the far sideline. Ella DeChoco worried that she's blocking my view. She's fine, but I appreciate the deference. Butte stay on it. It's Mackenzie Leeds at the far right side. Ball out, last touched by Green. Throw in for the Roadrunners. Callista Rubel moments ago off that free kick had Marshbanks at long last beaten on height. Just couldn't get it down quick enough. Miyazaki chests this ball down. Miki back to Callista. A little bit loose. Rosas gets a touch but can't keep it in play. Throw in to come for the Vikes, and Ella DeChoco returns to the action. It'll be Diana Ruiz coming off. Another like-for-like swap, and DVC, I believe, now get within one player of their original starting lineup. The only difference between how they began the game and how they are right now is Milaninkovic in place of Karol Esquivias. Ball in for Maila. Does well to shield it initially around a Butte defender. Tries to find happy feet under the pressure of Mackenzie Leeds. Nothing doing. That ball headed on into the right flank. Callista Rubel will defend from the arrival of a Butte attacker. Ball cleared. Pushed forward again by Salado from the center circle. Leeds thinks better of trying to beat Rosemont to the right. Now puts a diagonal ball in toward Greenfield, and in a battle of sevens, it's going to be Sofia Lopez Real winning out. Sofia absorbs contact, stays up, forward now, and the referee will pull it back for the earlier foul. And Greenfield at least started the day as your left back, but she has come way far forward into the attack and does seem now to be, at the very least, the left midfielder, if not straight up the left wing forward. Will take the free kick short, nearly gave it away out of bounds. Hooked forward by Callista, popped up by Trujillo. Up in the air and out of play off Scarlett Christie, who has now installed herself as the left back. Christie showing us exactly what the roster says, listed as a forward defender. She was up top in the first half, now peeling way back. Greenfield, meanwhile, forward goalkeeper, so I don't know what she was doing in the defense earlier, but this is more where we were expecting to see her. Either that or wearing a different color. 16.5 minutes gone here in second half action. DVC still trail 1-0. Lopez Real on the ball. Battling with the 4, Christie. Up over the top of the number 9. And now a good combination in order to get the ball into the midfield, but Wellman can't get onto the new ball. Looped over the top. Trujillo can't get a touch to settle. And that's straight into the arms of Deanna Marshbanks. My apologies that you have to listen to the sound of me hydrating, but it's either that or the crackle of flames from my vocal cords, so I trust you'll appreciate that instead. Throw in straight back out of play out of the hands of Cristobal Rodas. Vikings gain a couple of feet. They'll go lateral this time to Ella DeChoco, who shields off the arrival of a defender. Ella. Wide right for Suhani Singh in a foot race right now with the 4, Christie. Ball out, last touched by White. Throw in for the green and white in the attacking third. Throw in from Lopez Real comes to Maila. Tries to hook this one forward for Trujillo. Nothing doing, but good work by DeChoco. Alert to the need to pick up that. And she absorbs contact from Leeds, who is unimpressed with the call. 10th foul whistled on the Roadrunners to 3 against the Vikings, and it's another appetizing free kick. This one nearly dead center. Call it about 30 yards out. Rubel hit the crossbar on the last free kick attempt. Rosemont nearby as well. What do the Vikings have planned here? 3 in the wall for Butte. Marshbanks putting them into place. Here comes Kay. Nope, she'll leave it for Sierra. That is ripped, and Marshbanks has it. 11th Viking shot, 6th on goal. They continue to trail on what is the only shot put on goal here as Rosemont commits a handball at midfield. Free kick taken rapidly and somewhat surprisingly by the 13 Conway all the way out to Greenfield on the left. She puts in a cross to the far post. Glancing header is off target from Wellman. 5th Butte shot, 1 on goal. Alexia Sanchez Salcido returns to the action for Coach Abley. Goal kick taken back to Correa. Now shot up Route 1, driven deep, knocked down here by Rubel off of her shoulder. Hicks. The AR put his flag up. I think the AR might have seen a handball that was not called. That might have been what that signal was about, but nothing given here. We saw the flag go up from Mr. Killinen on this side. It is a Butte throw from midfield, taken from underneath our camera. That's out off of Miki Miyazaki's hand. Just given as a throw-in. Taken by Christie, over the top of Rosemont. Played forward by Conway, and out of play for a Viking throw. Lopez Real to put it in a moment. Over the head of Miyazaki, straight back out of play. Still on the sideline right now, but did in fact curl its way out. This one to the chest of Suhani Singh, battling with 2 defenders. Miyazaki will come over and take the ball away. No one there close in to support Miki, though, and the ball's taken off of her. DeChoco trying to crash the party, though. Briefly handled by Ella, and now it's Callista Rubel. Callista with some space looking for that big ball, and that is a mishit by the defense. Here comes Suhani. Goalkeeper comes out, and Marshbanks stops it. A huge save from Deanna Marshbanks in a breakaway that would have been the thing of dreams for DVC. Throw in over the top of Miyazaki. Trujillo protects. Drops it back for Miki. Looking for friends. Gets stuck in a battle here with Flores. Whistle blows, and it's a free kick for DVC. Claire Abley also unimpressed with that foul call. Callista Rubel to take this one a fair bit further off to the right. Uncorks something that was annoying her about her accoutrement. I don't know if that's a tracker or what. Ball into the top of the 18, headed away by Salado. Wellman looking to protect. Hits that up the right side. No one moving into that space yet for Butte. Rodas will protect it out for a Viking throw. Takes it quickly, headed up the sideline. Kyrie Thomas claims, ball forward. Rubel stuck to the back of the Butte player looking to play it. Rubel throwing people at the moment, and is going to get a quick talking to here by the referee, as will the player she was locked in that battle with, Mackenzie Leeds, and it's a yellow card shown to both players. Dueling yellow cards shown in minute number 68 to 16, Callista Rubel, and 10, Mackenzie Leeds. Go to the trouble of making this thing, I may as well make use of it. Callista Rubel, the yellow in the 68th, as that ball is touched on to the right side, claimed by Leeds. She hooks a ball in, takes one big hop, battling for it and hitting it off target wide left is the 13 Conway, looking to build off of the earlier hat trick on Tuesday. Of course, you heard earlier there as well, Mackenzie Leeds seeing yellow in the 68th minute. One of those aside, your foul count at the moment, DVC 4, Butte 11. Shot count, DVC 12, Butte 6. Shots on goal count, DVC 7, Butte 1. It is the kind of game that will either make you fall in love with soccer or make you so frustrated you'll tear your hair out. Deanna Marshbanks has absolutely been the player of the game so far for the Butte Roadrunners, and I will accept no counter arguments. Ball rolled to the center for Sofia Lopez Real. Up steps Conway, takes it away. Sofia will play that off the feet of the 13. Throw in for the Roadrunners. Ball rattling around and finally claimed by Sofia Lopez Real. Wraps the foot around it, pushes it forward. Miyazaki shields that for Trujillo. Casey looking to take O'Donoghue on the dribble. Nope, she'll loop this over the top in the direction of Singh. That's headed laterally. No green in that general vicinity, though. Mackenzie Leeds has it. Her attempted clearance off the body of DeChoco. Forward now for Wellman. Drop back for Sanchez. Miyazaki looking to track. Takes that away from Sanchez. Good work. Miyazaki has that blocked by Sanchez. Now looks to push the ball out of that area. Rosemont hooked over to the left side to find Ninkovic. First touch trying to lay back for Rodas, but hit it where she was. Christabel locked in a battle at the far sideline. Claimed by Butte. And now doing battle is Ninkovic, and she'll work that off of her to DeChoco. Here comes Ella. Ella onto a run on the left side. Tries to leave that for Rodas. Christabel cut inside. DeChoco looks to spring Christabel. Can Rodas get there before it's over the end line? Unfortunately not. Substitution time for the green and white, and it's going to be Carol Esquivias re-entering the encounter. While they make that sub and Mila Ninkovic comes off, we'll show you where things stand in the Big 8 Conference at this point. Vikings 3-2-1, 7th best record out of the 9 teams at the moment. Modesto, the lone undefeated, or I should say the lone perfect team remaining after beating Skyline 5-0. They visit West Valley, DVC's next adversary today. Otherwise, draws for Delta and DVC on Tuesday. Losses for Santa Rosa, who take their first negative result of the campaign, and for American River, who have issues at altitude with Lake Tahoe Community College, the team that has pipped Butte to the Golden Valley title every season of their existence. Everybody else in the win column, and today just about everybody on the road. Only Sac City and DVC playing on the home grass, or in the case of Sac City, the home AstroTurf. They've got Solano, DVC have Butte, and just about everybody else is on the road at a Coast Conference adversary. Maila Hicks not able to hold that, but does work hard enough to get it to Miyazaki. Hard work here, and a foul whistled on the 4. Scarlett Christie. Frustration beginning from both sides now. Claire Abley has not liked the more ticky-tack fouls. Coach Mullins wants to know why a foul over the back like that isn't getting at least a talking to. Scorpion kick by Trujillo to bring that one forward. DeChoco plays that off of a Butte defender. It's over the back line. It should be a Viking corner kick. And Claire Abley, I think, contending that that ought to have been a high boot on DeChoco as she went in there. Thomas went flying. But it's going to go down as corner kick number 2 of the day for the Vikings. Ruiz for the green and white, and Greenfield for the Roadrunners, getting ready to re-enter the fray. Vikings play it short, drop back here, that's looped toward the far post. Singh trying to close it up over there, but won't be able to make solid contact. Opportunity goes wanting, substitution on the way now. Greenfield in for the 4, Scarlett Christie. And Ruiz will come in for Ella DeChoco. A correction for Sierra Rosemont, and DeChoco will go into the defensive midfield role. Ruiz at the front of the diamond, Miyazaki and Esquivias either side of the midfield, Trujillo and Singh as they have been from the get-go. Your forward line, Lopez Real, Hicks, Rubel, and Rodas, your defense from right to left. Miyazaki takes that away from Sanchez, tries to push it by Greenfield. Ball cleared away, and Wellman in a battle with Hicks. She tries to lay that off to a teammate, nothing doing, pushed through by DeChoco. Under the foot of Ruiz, comes to Trujillo, has Miyazaki, she'll feed her. Correction, that was Singh on the ball just then. Now it's Trujillo, fed by Mickey. Casey pushes it wide right, looks to work around Thomas, her fellow captain. Both players hit the ground, the ball's out the back, and it's a goal kick. Nearing the final quarter of an hour of our contest. The DVC Butte all-time series sitting at honors even right now. 1 Viking win, 1 Roadrunner win, 1 draw. Draw came in dramatic circumstances the first time these two teams faced off in the first year of the Butte program. 2-2 on a 30-yard goal on the final kick of the game for the Roadrunners. Since then, Vikings won 4-1 in Oroville last year, or 2 years back, on a Lily Riddell hat trick. Last season went back up to Oroville. Mackenzie Leeds has had an assist in that 3-0 Butte victory there. Vikings put just 1 shot on goal over 90 minutes. Today, they have put 7 on frame, including 1 off, or rather, in addition to 1 off the woodwork. 12 total shots to Butte 6, but they trail 1-0. Here's a ball over the top. Out comes Correa, and she's got it. Ball driven deep by Denise. Suhani trying to get off the shoulder of a Kyrie Thomas. Ball played out by the 21 in white. Throw in for the Vikes from the left side. Singh takes it quick to Esquivias. Cuddle touches it around a defender. Tries to slide that one into space, but nobody running into it. Esquivias a little frustrated. Ball over the back line, handled there by this year's team photographer, Josh Chizar. You can see some of his fantastic snaps on DVC's Instagram page at DVCW Soccer. Be sure to give them a follow. You'll pretty much find the live stream notes, or live stream links, I should say, over there at all times. You'll also find them on my Instagram at JoeHickey57. Nice persistence there. Esquivias will win that ball. Comes to Suhani Singh. Squares this up for the arrival of DeChoco. Wins the battle against Conway. Drop back now to Lopez Real. Here comes Sophie. Sophia trying to split a pair of defenders for Casey. They get a touch. It does still find Trujillo, but wide on the right side. Leaves that for Miyazaki. Faked the cross. Got the defender to go by. Mickey still on the ball. Now pushes that towards the edge of the 18, but does not get a cross in. Ball driven into the center circle where Callista Rubel is roaming. Left side, Rodas. Cristabel works forward, takes the space on offer. Esquivias now forward for Singh. Singh touches that around a defender. Suhani fires! Marshbanks again. Eighth save for the sophomore keeper out of Corning Union. Yeoman's work for the 0-0. She has held Butte's lead since minute number 8. Sliding challenge for Rubel. That's a foul. And look out, Callista is on a yellow. If that's a second, the Vikings will finish this game with 10 women. But it does not look like he has any interest in flashing yellow or red at Callista. And we all breathe a sigh of relief after the Vikings' 5th foul. Sierra Rosemont ready to re-enter the encounter in just a moment. First, a free kick to navigate for the Green and White's defense. Rosemont not on the field yet, but her voice ever present within this club's leadership. Free kick is from the right side. Here it comes into your screen, drifting towards the top left corner, but wide and maybe a little high. Scarlett Christie back in for Butte. Sierra Rosemont back in for the Vikings. Rosemont taking off Rubel. Wellman the one who leaves in favor of Christie. Scarlett Christie immediately installing herself as the forward alongside the 15, Genevieve Rosas. Goal kick is short to Maila Hicks. Now Miyazaki. Pressure comes. Foul whistled, and we'll just let the explosive reaction of the Butte bench speak for itself there. I don't think you need me to tell you how they felt about that. Rosemont on it. Free kick driven toward the midfield, not allowed to touch the ground by Butte. Pushed forward in the direction of Genevieve Rosas. Up comes to Choco, gets a touch to it, she commits a foul. 6th against the Vikings. Approaching the 80th minute of this encounter. As we said, a dramatic late equalizer the first time these two teams met here in Pleasant Hill. Since then, it's been a pair of laughers in Oroville, one aside. Free kick knocked away by Sofia Lopez Real. That'll go out for the third Butte corner kick of the day. Reagan Salado, a aerial target if I've ever seen one. On her way into the box, the 16 in white with the bright red hair, keep an eye on her. Casey Trujillo heads that one away. That was a theme on Tuesday, by the way. Trujillo cleaning things up off corner kicks. Cañada had, it felt like 30 of them, and at least half of them dealt with by Trujillo specifically. Statistically, that shouldn't happen. And yet it did. 9 minutes to go in Pleasant Hill. Vikings in search of another positive result after breaking a 2-game skid, conditioned largely by the lack of healthy Vikings during last week's Coast Conference road trip. Throw in for Butte, like DVC were trying to take it for a moment, and Mr. Brunschweiler says, no, that's not what I said. Ball out off White this time. Vikings were just precognitive. They just knew that it was coming. Figured, why are we going to waste time on this? Let's just have us take the throw in we know we're going to earn in a few moments. Good diagonal ball. Battle forming here between Rosas and Sofia Lopez Real, and it's the number 7 in green who wins it. That ball off the boot looked really dangerous. Here comes the ball across the top of the box. Knocked away by Rosemont, and now more decisively by Sofia. And this could turn into a chance the other end, but Kyrie Thomas strong in the center back position. Diana Ruiz doing battle with the 2. Shoulder on shoulder challenge. Miyazaki up the right side. Good work by DeChoco to let 7 fly by, but can't keep it in play. Throw-in belongs to the Vikings, however. It's Lopez Real to put it in. Trying to decide where to go with it. Ball knocked down by a DVC Viking, and DeChoco earns a free kick, and Claire Abley's hat is off. Frustration over there underneath the Butte tent. DVC will have a free kick here, Sierra Rosemont, from just inside the right sideline. Stefan Brunschweiler walks off the 10 yards for Mackenzie Leeds, and Scarlett Christie, the 2-woman wall. That ball drifting towards the left side, gets around one defender. Here's a rip from distance! Goal! Golazo! absolute laser through it. And DVC equalize in minute number 84. DVC goal in minute number 84. Off the boot of number 13, Sierra Rosemont. DVC 1, Butte 1. And now time potentially to do something truly surprising and turn this into a victory. DVC with the wind at their backs now suddenly. It is the second goal of Sierra Rosemont's DVC career. As Miki Miyazaki, putting in a fantastic shift, is going to come off and give way to Mila Ninkovic for the remainder here of second half action. Sierra had the opener in the home opener. That came 4 minutes after the opening whistle. Today, 4 minutes from the final whistle. She has given DVC the lifeline. And you knew right from the get-go it was going to take something special to finally sneak one by Deanna Marshbanks. It is no more than DVC have deserved for what they've created over the course of this game, but soccer very rarely cares about what you deserve. Rosemont uncorks this free kick after the 15th Butte foul. Here's a ball rolled to the feet of Suhani Singh. Singh loops this in the direction of Trujillo, but it's a little too close to Marshbanks, and she comes out to claim. Ball rattling around here. Sofia Lopez Real forward for Ninkovic. Touches that through the arrival of Greenfield. Mila at full flight. Here comes Ninkovic up the right side. Pulls in a cross looking for Trujillo. Popped up for a moment on Flores. Able to avoid touching it with the hand, and that's out for a Viking throw. Substitution for DVC. Marina Ognian back in. She's going to take off Carol Esquivias. Vikings last year won their first 3 games and then did not win again until November. This season, they've won their first 3 games. They still have not won another one since. They're looking to avoid that feeling. They stopped the mini skid with the draw against Cañada against a very good club. This one's into the 18, rattling around, popped up by Singh. Left for Ognian. Can she get onto it? Marina, wide left. 15 Viking shots, 9 on frame. Just the one has hit the twine. And it took a moment of brilliance from Sierra Rosemont to make that happen. I think I'm still going with Deanna Marshbanks as the player of the game. Salado cranks this one deep into the center circle. Popped around here, Rosas. DeChoco unable to get on that with the slide. Rosas dribbling through one player. Now she finds Maila Hicks and puts an arm through her as she slides in, and a foul whistled here against Butte. Clocks come to a stop as this long ball over the top is right to Marshbanks. 2 minutes to go, plus whatever Stefan Brunschweiler deigns to add. This one looped forward in the direction of Correa. She will clear that along the ground. Not able to handle it cleanly is Conway. And DVC will take over. DeChoco over the right side looking to get Ninkovic into motion. It's going to be Mila against Greenfield, but it's too long. Chased down by Greenfield. They'll look to make it difficult. Ball driven again toward the center circle. Hicks over the top. Ninkovic, good touch to bring that down. Slides that into the right flank here for Trujillo, who's off to the races. Casey, drop back to Mila, cleared away. Vikings continue to press. They have the ball in the offensive zone, looking for a late total turn in the tail. Lopez Real off the head of Trujillo, trying to drop that back, but Ruiz had already vacated that space. Ball slid up the left side. Here is the 4, Scarlett Christie, in flight. Tries to cross this one towards the center for Rosas, out by Rosemont. Kenzie leads with a word or two to today's center official. We have on the commentary here, I think we may have gotten confused because the goal scorer disappeared into a crowd. We have it on decent authority here potentially that was in fact Casey Trujillo. That was my first guess. And then I heard a bunch of congratulations to Sierra, possibly for keeping that play alive, and may have confused myself. Either way, that is your final goal. We will tentatively change that here as we sum things up at the end of this. But indeed, we reached the final, and we'll change that for the time being to Trujillo until I hear otherwise. That was my guess. It looked like a Trujillo shot, but I got myself a little wrapped up. Either way, it's a DVC point earned late, another 1-1 draw here, and the Vikings come away with something out of these 2 home matches against Cañada and Butte. Of course, they'll be on the road next week. We're going to tell you and all of the other folks about it. The first thing I'm going to do is check on something. That'll do. Stupid microphone. Take 2. Here we go. That'll do it for today's action, Vikings fans. 1-1 your final. Goal scored by Mackenzie Leeds in the 8th minute and by Casey Trujillo in the 84th. We thank you for coming out. It's a bit of a wait before our next home game here at Vikings Field as DVC play their next 4 away from home. Tuesday, October 15th at 3:30 p.m., DVC will return to Pleasant Hill to face off with San Joaquin Delta in their Big 8 Conference home opener. Before that, road dates at West Valley and Las Positas next week, along with the first 2 conference clashes the week of October 7th, will all be on DVC Vikings Live Radio, which you can listen to on the DVC Athletics YouTube page. Elsewhere in DVC Athletics this weekend, Jimmy Collins' football team hosts Feather River tonight at the stadium with kickoff at 5:30 p.m. here and on DVC Vikings Live with Max Agress. And up in Stockton, Jackie Ponciano Babs' volleyball team faces San Joaquin Delta at 6 p.m. for their second conference match. Follow along with that, as well as water polo and cross country next week at dvcvikings.com, your source for all things green and white. We thank you again for joining us. Get home safe, and we'll see you back here real soon. And of course, thank you folks who have tuned in here for the live stream. A reminder again, next broadcast is coming up on next Tuesday. That'll be from Saratoga, a Vikings v. Vikings matchup that we look forward to bringing you. And then after that, we've got the games at Las Positas, ARC, and Modesto before coming back here to face off with San Joaquin Delta on Tuesday, October 15th. We hope to see you for all of that. Tune in, show up in the chat, correct your announcer on who scored the goals. It's far away, and everybody disappears into a celebratory crowd. But it's how we like it late in these games. Vikings won, Butte won. We're done here. We'll see you next time.